Today, we're here with Wells Fargo's Julie Caperton, the head of the private bank and Wells Fargo partnerships. Julie leads efforts to create a client centric experience for high net worth clients. And she also acts as a liaison between Wells Fargo's wealth management, commercial bank, and investment bank so that clients across the business have access to Wells Fargo's entire platform. Julie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So it sounds like you've lived multiple lives in the intro that I just gave, and obviously you have an incredibly interesting role within Wells Fargo. How did you make your way into this particular position?
I actually started my career as a practicing lawyer. So I was in private practice for just a handful of years at the very beginning of my career. And relatively early, I switched into investment banking. And I always say I've been at the same company for over 20 years, and I've just done a lot of different things at the same company. So I've been very fortunate to work at multiple roles in our investment bank. I ran corporate development at the enterprise level for a period of time. And now I've had the great fortune to be here in our wealth division for the past several years.
And when you're an advisor working with a client who receives the private bank experience in particular, they have access to all sorts of resources and specialists. Where does the advisor ultimately fall into that?
So we like to think of our business at model as being incredibly client centric and incredibly advisor centric. So everything that we do is about our client and with our advisor sitting there right beside our client, serving their needs. So we always think about our advisor as their quarterback. And so when I think about the benefits of our platform, it is very advisor centric. We bring all of the products and services of Wells Fargo to the client and to their advisor. And we really make it very easy for their advisor to navigate on behalf of their client as the quarterback.
Well, it's absolutely no secret that we work in a very competitive industry. So, how do you all differentiate yourselves in the high and ultra high net worth space?
Great question. Wells Fargo is one of only three firms that has every product and service that a client could ever need. Most of those products are housed within our wealth department, whether it's custom lending, trust products, planning, alternative investments, but we also have the power of our commercial bank and investment bank that we can bring to bear for our clients and all of their needs. The way I like to think about differentiation is really in three ways. One is that we're a very flat organization. All of our advisors have my number, have my whole team's cell numbers. They can reach us at any time. And we know that there is no reason for us to be here without our advisors. And we absolutely put ourselves at their disposal at any time. Number two, we like to deliver that product and service suite that I was talking about in a very personal way. Our advisors are always the quarterback for their clients. They sit side by side with their clients and help their clients navigate this organization. We have subject matter experts that sit out in the field. They're not all organized in one location and have to zoom in. Our advisors are able to bring in a subject matter expert, whether that's a banker or a custom lending specialist or a trust specialist or a planning wealth strategist. They can bring those people in person on a moment's notice. And last but not least, we are the ultimate optionality for advisors. We have brought down all of the silos between our different channels, and we will help our advisors navigate those different channels. If they want to move channel, we make it very seamless for them. We make sure that it's a good client experience, and we make sure that they still have all of the products and services of Wells Fargo at their fingertips.
And obviously, one of the most rewarding aspects of being an advisor is spending time with those clients. So I have to ask then, what's most important to your high net worth clients? What's on their minds right now?
So obviously, this is an ever-changing environment that we're in, and clients really are thinking about things in a very different way. It used to be that they looked to their advisor for investment advice predominantly. I would say now, yes, investment advice is important, and particularly as the world changes and the 60/40 portfolio split that we've all had for so long is really becoming a bit outdated. And we're thinking about bond math and rates for the first time in a very long time. And I would say that clients are still looking for investment advice, and they're looking for off the run alternatives. In my case, I spent the vast majority of my career in investment banking with private equity firms, with private credit firms. I think that private credit is an incredibly exciting place to be, and I spend a lot of time talking to our clients about that. I think that the alternatives world is just a very lower risk environment than it was 10 years ago. So I would say our clients are looking at that, and really at everything else that we do outside the investment space, at our planning tools, at our philanthropy ideas, at the and opportunities that we have for education for their children and their children's children. That's where I really think that we add value, is in everything else that's added to the normal investment advice. We have a great lending platform, and so many of our high net worth clients are now utilizing leverage in the same way they have with their companies in order to free up liquidity in a way that doesn't involve them liquidating a position that might have a lot of gains embedded in it, or have sentimental value, or other reasons for why they don't want to sell at any particular time.
Well, you're clearly no longer a best kept secret. So, what would you say to advisors considering a move to Wells Fargo?
We have had great success hiring large teams over the course of the past couple of years. We've spent an incredible amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, in our tech platform, and we've done that to be the best port for advisors who want to serve their high net worth clients. Wells Fargo is not what it used to be. We have the most client-centric and advisor-centric platform imaginable, and we're still a place where we have so much opportunity. When you look across our platform, there are a lot of really, really powerful, strong advisors, but there's still a lot of room for big teams to come in. We have a huge amount of runway in order for our advisors to come here and grow.
Well, Julie, thank you so much for sharing your story and your insights today. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.